My name is Dr Darryn Nyatanga. I'm a constitutional specialist at the University of Liverpool and a contributing writer with the Constitution Society. Now that the devolved election results are in, what do they actually mean? Not just in terms of both who won, but for the future of the UK. In Wales, Plaid Cymru is now the largest party, ending over a century of Labour dominance. They won 43 seats, just short of a majority in the newly expanded Senate, and are expected to form a minority government. In Scotland, the SNP has secured a fifth consecutive term in office, winning 58 seats. Again, the largest party, but also short of the majority they had hoped would strengthen their case for a second independence referendum. So, across both nations, nationalist parties are in power, but without full parliamentary control. And that combination is crucial. These are not just decisive mandates for immediate constitutional change. Instead, they create minority governments operating in more fragmented political systems. That means more negotiation, more reliance on other parties, and a slower, more contested path forward. In Wales, Plaid Cymru is already framing it as a victory as a mandate to begin preparatory works towards independence, such as launching a commission to conduct a national conversation on Wales' constitutional future rather than pushing immediately for a referendum. In Scotland, the SNP continues to argue for a second independence vote, but without the parliamentary majority that would clearly reinforce that claim. At the same time, there has been a significant shift in the wider political landscape. Labour has suffered a dramatic collapse in Wales, and Reform UK is now a major presence in devolved politics. So we're in a much fragmented and competitive political environment where traditional party dominance has weakened and new actors are now shaping the debate. What this means constitutionally is that pressure on the UK system could continue to increase. Legally, the UK Parliament remains supreme and it still has authority to legislate across the whole country. But politically, devolution depends on cooperation and mutual respect between governments. We now have devolved governments that are politically distinct from Westminster and in some cases openly committed to changing the constitutional settlement itself. This is likely to intensify existing tensions around devolved powers. So the key takeaway is this. These elections have not triggered immediate constitutional change, but they have deepened the pressures within the system, creating a more fragmented, more contested, and potentially more confrontational form of territorial politics in the UK. What happens next will depend on how these governments use their mandates, whether through gradual reform, continued pressure for independence, or direct challenges to Westminster. But it's clear that the constitutional debate is not going away. It's entering a new phase. If you want to understand how devolution works and why these tensions arise in the first place, do watch my previous videos in this mini-series. And the Constitution Society has a short, accessible guide that explains it clearly on its website or at the link below. Thank you for listening.